Hello, good afternoon, happy Monday. If that music, that song didn't get you pumped up and like ready for a good podcast, I don't know what does, because we were all sitting here dancing and trying to figure out, I don't know, that might be our new theme song. Good job. I love that. That's our Newberry Corners house, came back on the market after being off for a little bit. Check it out. Come to our website, buysellrebell.com, look it up. You can find it on this YouTube, or you could just text us, email us, comment, and we'll let you know the address so you can check it out.
And what is that one going to be listed for?
It's $399. It is listed.
Ah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was listed before. Then we had to take it off for a little bit. The seller wasn't ready, and now we are back on. So had a lot of questions about that, but that is the reason. The seller decided not selling quite yet. But yeah, anyways, again, happy Monday. Thank you for joining us on this podcast. It's Kristen Rabell.
And Rebecca Johnson.
Yeah, Rabell Realty Group. We're here to talk real estate today. So let's get started with that Monday market moment.
All right, let's take a look at what's happening in Florida. What is it, the day before the first day of fall?
Yeah, there we go.
So, all right, so
Today's
September
the
12th through the 19th. Let's see, in Alachua County, we have 64 new listings for that week and 73 price decreases.
Check that out.
I see that. We have more price decreases than homes on the market. And if you're following along on our website or any real estate website, you're probably seeing a lot of that.
Probably noticing this, right?
Yep.
I mean, if you see below, you're about to tell them same thing in Marion County.
Same thing in Marion County. So Marion County has more new listings coming on at 222 for the week of the 12th through the 19th, but 228 price decreases. So we're definitely starting to see a transition in the market. Yes. Still a good time to buy, but you're just getting things for a little less than maybe people who were buying before.
Yeah, before we get into the next slide, I was actually reading an article, and it really was to help like realtors talk to their buyers and sellers, and about how, long gone are the days of just last April when we were getting, multiple offers on pretty much every listing and able to sell higher. So I think right now it's really just a taste of the new market. September is always kind of a little bit of a slower time. Buyers kind of back away anyways, and then come back for the end of the year for homesteading purposes, for taxes. But other than that, I do think buyers and sellers, both of you, all of us will start noticing that this is a switch and a market change, and it's not a crazy market. It's not a terrible market. It's just an ever-changing market. And so as long as you know that, you can keep moving forward. And I think at the end of this show, we'll talk a little bit more about that. Just keep going.
And so let's see here. So we're going to do a little bit of a focus on Hillsborough. All right. So, wow. So,
Once the king of, or queen, you could say king or queen of Florida. And here we go.
Yeah. Let's see here. So for
Tampa's
listings for this week, they had 489, which is solid, pretty on par with what they typically do. But 842 decrease. Now, to be fair to Tampa, they were the hottest market in the country, so they had the furthest to fall. So,
I also read another article.
Yep.
Just last night about how the bigger cities, and they mentioned Tampa, are going to go through the largest hit. And it looks like it right here. They were right on par, 842 price decreases. And by hit, they just mean they were too high, and now they're just, pulling back. And I think, again, they were too high because people were listing at that high price when we were listed before and then offered high. They started listing over here where they were being offered without all of those multiple offers.
So long gone are the days where realtors, we just show up and say, what do you want to get for the house? And we just list the house for that versus actually doing a CMA.
Which I can say it's actually a little challenging to do a CMA because you usually look back about 6 months. But when you're looking back 6 months, you're looking back in that period when we were, we're still 6 months within the 6 months of looking back to where the houses were going really high. And so we're really having to adjust and probably looking back just a couple months. But we still have, I want to say, the amount of properties are just, the sold properties are not enough to really get the best numbers. So, bear with us as we're trying to figure out where the numbers are going to land. And sometimes we just have to test the market.
It is interesting to see, and I know several buyers that are just watching. There's property out there that they're interested in, but they're just watching to see what happens if that owner is going to get desperate and drop that price a little bit, or if they're going to start taking offers.
Hey, Holly.
So sold for that week, still solid. I mean, almost as many of the new listings that came on. So 453.
Which just tells me there's still a lot of buyers out there. They're just not wanting to pay those super high prices, and they're waiting a little longer.
And I'm curious, where are they? Because we have a housing shortage for rentals and for...
But remember, it's not really a shortage. There's just as many buyers as there are listings out there right now. So we did talk about that in another podcast, that it's not really a shortage. It's just there's that many buyers looking, right? So we keep saying there's a shortage, but really, was there, or were they just going really fast? And they still kind of... I was just talking with a new agent last night, and she was shocked that it was taking 35 days for a house to be sold. But remember when the norm was 90 days?
Yeah.
And that was just like 3 years ago.
That wasn't that long ago.
But she just started in April. So in April, obviously, houses, the average time was 5 to 7 days. So 35 is really big.
We used to take year-long listings because it would take 6 to 8 months to sell a house back in the day.
I think we're getting back to that norm. So that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be super low priced. It just means we're going to readjust for this current market.
Signs the market's changing. I see a lot more open houses.
Yeah. You got open houses, broker opens, houses staying on the market a little bit longer. You're not commonly having, multiple offers. So,
So back on the market, 166. We've kind of been talking about this for the last couple of months of people get buyer's remorse, or they just have second thoughts about things. Same thing, buyer's remorse. But, and the property goes back on the market, and, or in some cases they go off the market, like the seller out in Newberry.
Right. Yep.
And then I think that says price increase. Look at a microphone.
Yes, price increase. So I have a little aside with this. I don't know if it's like the Stellar MLS, but I started looking at them, and a lot of them are actually price decreases. So I'm not really sure they are true price increases, but when I notice, it's like an increment of 500. if it is a price increase.
Yeah.
Or 1,000. So I think they're just trying to get back on the market as a hot new increase or decrease. And so I have not seen really huge increases. I've seen huge decreases, but not huge increases.
I think it's everybody's way of trying to trick the MLS. They don't let us do the trick anymore.
But I know, right? But the MLS is saying it's a price increase when it was a decrease on some of them. So I think they are really, truly tricking. They're not able to. You want to explain what we used to do?
Only if, I'm not a member of GACR. Who cares? Y'all are. But yeah, we used to when we were in.
Stellar doesn't allow you to do this.
Yeah,
anyways.
Stellar doesn't allow you.
So it doesn't matter where you are.
Rabell agents don't try this at home.
You won't be able to do it anymore. Anyways.
But yeah, we used to take it off the market when it would hit 45 days or 30, depending. And then relist it as a fresh listing.
Right.
A couple days later.
Yeah, the Stellar just won't let you do that. So sellers,
it's a finable offense.
We can't play with it anymore to play with numbers. Plus, truthfully, all of those third-party sites like Zillow, Realtor.com, even Redfin, which is like a really big company, they're going to show the days on the market regardless. So you're going to be able to pick that out.
Yeah. Long gone are the days of, I don't know if anybody remembers the famous Realtor versus Realtor lawsuit down in Miami, where and even the board went after a team down there because they would change the address slightly or move it out of area. Yeah. Thanks, ladies. You messed it up for all of us. But no, it now Zillow, everybody has caught on to that. But we had a good couple year run on that.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I mean, worldly, obviously the queen passed away. So today was the funeral and the procession. It was beautiful. Started at 5:30. I watched some of it. And now we have England has a new king.
Wait a minute. You're going to have the Tea Party people on here.
I've read a lot of like Facebook posts about some people who are like, oh, get rid of the royalty and the royal family. And I don't know. I love it. There's some realtors out there with us who all love it and follow it. So I would say not do that. But, I understand their sentiment. But locally, we've had another big news for Alachua County now. So Rebecca, tell us about it.
So if you have rentals in Alachua County, we're going to start having rental permits. It's much like the city permits, your landlord permits. And there will be some changes for people who own properties and new expectations of what properties need to have to be maintained. But the good news is that at K&R Property Management, we're already very experienced in dealing with government municipalities on these properties. So we can actually walk you through that, help you. And of course, we have a fabulous team at Rabell Realty Group that's here to help you buy investment properties. Or if you don't want the headache of dealing with the Alachua County or City of Gainesville ones, we can help you sell them and buy in Marion County or other surrounding areas.
Counties that are not doing this quite
I'll be honest, we have some people who own rentals out in Gilchrist, and they're happy as clams because those people just don't complain.
So listen, I just actually I screenshotted this for you for later, but benefits of owning a rental property. Okay, regardless of this, there's a passive income that comes to you. Okay, especially when you purchase it at the right price, versus the rental price and costs of owning it, which have increased with this. Greater security. Okay, so you have peace of mind that your home is being maintained and watched after when you hire K&R Property Management. Okay. And then you've got this passive income coming in. You have K&R Property Management. You've got that, security that it's going to be taken care of. Flexibility to sell at the right time. If right now is not the perfect time for you to sell, or it wasn't a couple years ago, then you can pick that right time and you can have it rented during that time and managed by K&R. And then worst case scenario, you have to move back. You have a home to move back to. How many times have I heard someone say, I wish I never would have sold that house?
I hear everybody say that.
Sometimes you have to sell to purchase your next house. But if you can make it, I do know a lot of people come to Gainesville, graduate from UF, buy their first house with the intent of making it a future rental. And I think that's just a really great idea of investment in owning a property and becoming a landlord with a property manager so that you're giving housing to new renters, to people who cannot afford to buy. So, you also, I think one of the best ones is that you have an appreciation of your price, of your value. So you can actually purchase more when you still own, thank you too. You still own your house. You can actually purchase off of that by borrowing off of it and then purchasing another home. So, I mean, what a great way to have that passive income and almost like a second, I don't know, a second job with this.
It is, and
purchasing.
Real estate is an excellent way to stave off inflation. So, because
it helps
real
with
estate
taxes
appreciates,
also.
right?
Yeah. So lots of great reasons to call us about purchasing and managing your first or 10th rental. We'll take all of them.
So we see you, Alachua County, and we're going to use it to our benefit to help people buy and sell investment properties.
Yes, we do need renters too, and there will always be renters because guess what? People will always need a house, and we want to make it, valuable for them and affordable for them and available for them. So that's what we do.
We're focused on the available for them, Sky. So we need you to sell more rental properties so that we can have rentals
sell to more,
right?
Yeah, investors who will have rental properties. Anyway, so a couple of fun things in Gainesville, Alachua County, right? There's this new arcade.
Super cute little arcade downtown, actually across from Spirit Halloween. So there's 2 Spirit Halloweens I've found in Gainesville this year so far. One is over by Bed Bath & Beyond, off of Newberry, and this one over off of 8.
The old Office Max or what? Right.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right before Main Street, so by Walker Furniture. So if you're standing at Walker Furniture and you walk 1 block backwards, if you go 2 blocks, you're at
113 Northwest 8th Avenue.
If you go 2 blocks, you're at the little axe throwing place. But
Sweet.
1 block, so between Walker and the axe throwing, is this new little arcade called Bragging Rights.
Awesome.
It is so 80s themed or 90s. I don't know. I can't decide. It hurts.
They have 40 plus pinballs, retro games, modern games, racing games. I mean, this is for children and adults who are always children.
I'm going to say it's probably more for those people, adults that never wanted to grow up, or the video game nation. I mean, it's $25 per person to play unlimited.
And you can play unlimited. Oh my gosh, my kids spend so much more on that.
So economical. Yeah. If you've ever been to Dave and Buster's,
do they allow like birthday parties?
They
and
do.
Like get-togethers?
So they're working on getting their beer and wine license through the city right now, but they do have some snacks and sodas currently. They're kind of do like a soft opening. So they're doing some corporate events, but you can walk in off the street. I believe it's Tuesday through Saturday after 5 p.m. till late at night.
Right.
Too late for me. But when they say they have carnival games, like they have like all the old school games from other countries I've never even heard of. And you just walk up and play. They have the neatest air hockey table I've ever seen. Like it was a Pac-Man one, and the pucks just kept falling. I've only ever played with one.
I mean, we see these in so many other towns, and we do have the barcade, right? So, but this is just another one, ages. Right? More for all ages, although they are getting their, you said beer and wine, or liquor,
in which you got to have
whatever.
Because
they have alcohol.
Some of those games stress you out if you don't have a little drink. So,
but sounds like a really fun place. I have it. It's up here. She just talked about where it is, Sky. Hopefully you heard that. 113 Northwest 8th Avenue near Walker Furniture and the axe throwing place.
Catty corner from the Snow Cone Shack, Sky. Since you were asking about that the other day,
she may have asked earlier and it came up, but yeah, there you go. So super fun. I've heard about it. I think another one of our friends went and posted it. And then you sent it in.
I'm just gonna tell you, it is not bright and shiny like Dave and Buster's. Right. It is like a total retro experience. You're going to have so much nostalgia when you're walking down the aisles and you're seeing rows of old vintage video games. But it's really nice. The staff was super, super friendly, and I highly recommend it.
Great.
So get out there and support a local business downtown.
Yeah.
And
is it like a bigger version of Sarbez in St. Augustine without the the sandwiches?
They do need to get some food, and I know they're working on it, so no pressure, guys. Yeah. But food and drink would definitely make that even more exciting.
Lots of fun. All right. We are going over, but we'll quickly go over 108 Vine, which it's been open for a while now, and it's the same owner, Bryn Strickland, as Plant Stay, which is right there, right before... What is that? Northwest 2nd Ave.
Yep, 2nd
and Newberry split, where the Ace Hardware is. They've got coffee there, and they've got lots of cute little gifts that are local oriented. There were like, Gainesville and like surrounding area stickers, and I'm a sticker girl, so I loved it. Vintage stuff, great little gift shop and coffee shop right next to Plant Stay. So if you love gifts, if you love vintage things, if you love coffee, if you love plants, this is a great little place to hang out. And it's actually quite large, so really well done, beautiful. Check it out if you haven't. Love supporting local stores.
Yes.
And there's some gifts for Halloween coming up. All right, so let's take a break, and we'll come back, and we'll talk about fall decor and decorating your house during this season.
Welcome to the town of Newberry, located just 8 miles west of I-75, with a population of 6,000 residents. Newberry gains its attraction as a small rural town outside of Gainesville, close enough for those who commute into town for work. Newberry's small downtown area includes restaurants, shops, markets, Newberry High School, Oakview Middle School, government offices, churches, and all the things you'd expect in a small town. Newberry is also home to several sports complexes, such as Champions Park, Easton Newberry Sports Complex, and Gatorback Cycle Park, a national landmark for the sport of motocross. The town of Newberry continues to grow, with its new neighborhood developments including Newberry Corners, Oak Park, Newberry Place, and many more. Please visit buysellrebell.com to search for your new home in Newberry.
All right, we're back. Thanks for sticking with us. Thank you for texting or texting us individually, or especially writing comments on our feed on Facebook. You can't really write them on YouTube where we watch them, but you can certainly write them later if you are on YouTube, and we will answer you. So thank you. We've got some top fall ideas, decor ideas. Now there's so many of them, but our marketing team have picked out a couple that they love the most, and so we'll go over them. So first one, do you want to hit this one, Rebecca?
Sure. Fresh fall paint. Whoever picked this one has never painted a room. No, just joking.
No, I think, this would be great for like a piece of furniture that you paint every season, or just knowing that these are fall colors. Painting furniture or painting little trinkets or things, these are fall colors that you can do, or getting vases with these colors.
Oh yeah.
Pillows with these colors. I think that does come up later.
That stuff.
But
makes
yes,
a big difference.
Painting a wall for fall or any season is that is
Bless
like
your heart.
hardcore.
I'll hire
hardcore. But yeah, yellows, oranges, reds. I would say anything. Earth tones.
Greens are I've seen a lot of this deep green coming up. I haven't written down any of the colors, but I've seen that coming up.
Yeah,
for
that's
fall.
actually a popular color of the year. So deep greens. I guess these natural
earthy
colors are in. All right, so wreaths and florals. So always, right? So this is the season that I think wreaths really should be put out. I know people who put them out all season. You got it for Valentine's Day. You have it for spring, anything like that. I usually like a good fall wreath. Now, do you go buy them, or do you create one?
I go buy them. It would take. I reuse, but
Yeah.
it would take me 3 times as much money to
I
buy
agree. I was going to say that. There was a year or two where I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to create my own wreath and use those grapevine wreaths, and then you add all the stuff in between the flowers and the little doohickeys, whatever the doodads that you put on there. It was like $200.
Oh yeah, easily.
And a beautiful wreath is expensive. Now I just reuse it, like you said, reusing it. It is really nice. If you are, artistic and want to change it up, I definitely say do that. But it does become really expensive. So
yeah, I love
this
kind of table decor. Mm-hmm. It's so easy. You just put it in a vase, and it's
and these are those wheat. You can get these at Joann's, right? Hobby Lobby, I think.
Yep,
and you have the little pine cones. I think anything like that, like sweet gums, anything. You can go. We don't really have them yet in Florida, right, on the ground. But if you find them at Hobby Lobby or Joann's, just decorating with them, finding a beautiful vase that you use throughout the year, and throwing fall decor,
our
type
fall weather
nature.
comes in March.
I know. Florida is never really fall as early as it's everywhere else, but tomorrow is the beginning of fall technically. So
For
you can
everybody
start
else.
throwing this in, in your house to make it feel like more fall, although it's, 90 degrees, still raining, hurricane season, all the good Florida stuff. So I get you, Holly.
I don't get into fall until November. I have a hard time putting like a fall wreath out until we get to November. Yep. And even then it's still 85 degrees.
Well, people are already decorating for Halloween. So we're just trying to throw in there, right? Yeah.
All out.
Well, we're going to get into the Halloween decor soon. But seasonal scents, do you like seasonal scents?
I do. I like very simple, clean ones. I don't like anything that smells like
I don't
food.
like pumpkin spice, anything except for bread.
But you're white.
Yep. Nope. But it is nice. Like I always forget what they're called, but we get them at Sarah's and we get them for Christmas presents.
The spruce.
And it's like yes,
that's Christmas. I love
actually
that.
put that throughout my house the entire year.
I do too.
I
like
love that smell. It's a clean, beautiful smell. It's supposed to be for Christmas. It's great. We lit 2 last night or the night before, and I just love it. So makes the house smell nice. I'm not a huge candle person though, because there's too many weird scents. So we talked about it before, right?
Pine cone decor. If you wait till February, March, you can pick up all the pine cones that finally fall off the trees in Florida and just save them for fall. Or you can just buy some at the craft stores.
So I love that Holly brought up that it's not fall yet. I would love to see a show of hands in terms of like posting, commenting. How many of you start in September? And if you don't, when do you actually start decorating for fall? Is it Halloween or October, or do you really October it up, or do you wait until November, which is also like Thanksgiving period?
I always wait till November because my kids love Halloween.
I would love for you all to put on there when you do
know.
that, because we might be doing this a little early, but we figure fall's tomorrow.
Technically tomorrow.
Fireplace mantles, I think that's another great, wreaths and fireplace mantles, the tabletops, little areas, tchotchkes around the house, and centerpieces and candles. That's pretty much like what everybody loves to do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So other fall decor ideas?
I mean, this is cute how they have it. I just like simple things. But it is hard to get into fall. I'm totally siding with Holly on this because it's so hot.
I mean, you'll start seeing the pumpkin.
Oh, I love pumpkins, but I don't carve them because they rot.
I don't either. I love
6 hours.
Like I love to buy a bunch of small pumpkins and put them on my table, as the top. And then they were saying, LED lights. It says mason jars just because mason, but you could put LED lights throughout the year outside, but you can change them up and have them, orange or fall colors or fall styles, like those cute little pumpkins. You can get the LED pumpkin lights. So they have a lot of fun ones. I love this.
Refresh your pillows. We already talked about that.
Every season, refresh your pillows.
It's a cute bench. I wonder where that came from.
Probably Pottery Barn. So
it is still warm outside.
Farm outdoor setup. I don't know. I can't see.
It says
warm outdoor setup. Yeah, I mean, it's too
hot
for blankets yet, but you could do really pretty outdoor setups. You just have to probably wait for the rain. And then dried corn wreath. I've never seen this. I thought that was really pretty.
That's pretty. Colorful. Different.
I wonder where you can find that, or
Midwest.
Make it, right. And then acorn. I mean, these are just some ideas to come up with.
Super
you can
cute.
also paint pumpkins. Sunflowers are very fall, and you could probably go out to that red, white, and blue.
Oh yeah, it's a great little
farm out in Williston, and they probably have sunflower. I haven't seen it yet, but really now is when you start seeing all the festivals out in all the farms. Get them on your schedule because they're starting. We'll start putting them on the schedule and let you know when those come.
Yep, and then the Hale Village had beautiful flowers.
Now is the time to really look into the fall flowers. Beautiful mums that are like, yellow and orange and red, and put them outside. So I do like the colors of fall because it brings back a new color that we haven't seen. We usually see pinks and whites and purples, throughout the summer. And now you get into these like deeper.
Oh, yeah. Deep colors.
Warmer colors. So, yeah. All right. Well, happy fall, y'all.
Happy fall tomorrow. Did you want me to mention that TikTok?
Right before, we're actually going to say, so next week, if you want to pull this up, and then we'll kind of talk about this, we have a guest speaker, Sari Ibrahim. I think it's Ibrahim. I've met Sari online. He actually reached out to us. He is a CEO of Final Asset Protection. He's a financial specialist, private money lender, real estate investor, and member of the Bank on Yourself organization. So he's going to be here next week on Zoom, but you'll see him live over Zoom talking about growing safe, predictable, and guaranteed wealth regardless of the market conditions. So really help you investors out there, people who really want to grow your investments, understand money. He's the host host of the show, Thinking Like a Bank. You can find that on YouTube if you want to check that out beforehand. And he's been on 180 podcasts, or more. So we will be one of those, and the 200 that he'll end up being on by the end of the year. So we're excited to have him on and really talk, financial planning and in real estate investing. Before we get into the last of it, though, Rebecca had seen yesterday a TikTok video, and this kind of goes into what we're going to talk about next week.
So her name is Glenda Baker. She's a realtor, I believe, in Georgia, based on her accent, but I have not looked enough in it. But basically, somebody was interviewing her and talking about, should you buy a home now? And her whole opinion was, this gentleman that was interviewing her, and we can post this on our page so that you guys can see it in the comments, but should you buy a home now for your daughter? And her thought was, yes, you should buy a home now for your daughter, because when she is
in 16 years,
she will not be able to afford basically the same right. caliber of home as to what is affordable today, right. Meaning that they're not seeing prices coming down, that prices will continue to trend upwards through the years, and you might find a good deal here and there. We're not saying that. And we could see a total collapse in the market. You just never know. We don't have our
2008 market kind of hit us to throw us back down for 2011. Anybody who bought then was buying, almost like 2000 pricing. So, but that's not going to happen all the time. It's once in a blue moon.
And you can't rely on that.
Right. You can't rely on that. So if you do have young kids and you do have the ability to purchase something for them, even if they're not going to UF or whatever town you're in. My dad did that for me. Now, granted, I'm a fourth generation realtor, broker. So that's kind of what they did. I never went to UF. I actually went out of town, but he ended up keeping it, making money off of it, and then selling it when it was the time to sell. And you know what? It was a dinky little Sparrow condo, but what a smart man to do that, in hopes that his kid went here. Of course, Sparrow's not very close to UF, but anyways, he did what he could.
Digress.
And he bought that for nothing compared to the prices now. And Sparrow has jumped up and down, but you can find houses near university, find something that you can put money into, keep it rented, and, hold on to it. Here's something else that I want to tell you. There's this really great book, Just Keep Buying, by Nick Maguili. It's proven ways to save money and build your wealth. It's telling you, always keep buying, regardless of the market, whether it's your stocks and bonds or houses. But don't buy crap, right? Buy things that, can continue to appreciate and value. So in some instances, it's art. In some instances, it's other collectibles, but really it's more about real estate and stocks. And when you're buying now, you're ensuring that inflation and that appreciation will help you later. So, all right, some great stuff that we have next week. Thank you.
When you buy that property and you need somebody to help you, K&R Property Management is here to help. We'll be the leasing agent, take care of all the bookkeeping, accounting, questions, maintenance calls, emergency calls, and everything in between. You can reach us at 352-213-6410.
Sounds great. And if you are a realtor or wanting to become a realtor and you want to join a team or come to a company that supports a team, you can give us a call at 559-8820 or email join@buysellrebell.com.
And if you can't get enough of Kristen and Rebecca and the entire real estate crew at Rabell Realty Group, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Google My Business.
All right. Like and subscribe and share our page. And did you know we have a blog? We do usually like to talk and rewrite all about what we talked about in case you missed it or want more, want to share them, want to read them, and, help learn more about the local market, real estate, anything we've talked about. buysellrebell.com/blog.
And we would like to thank the Fiesta Media for putting on this podcast and all 100 of the past podcasts. Are we on 101?
Right.
If you would like to have a podcast of your own, please call them at 352-327-5089.
All right, and thank you for joining us today. Like I said, join us next week for Sari Ibrahim to talk about, buying investments and becoming a money prowess, right? Ownership. Blah, blah, blah. Tune in every Monday at 2. That didn't work as well as I wanted, but hey.
We're adding it to the blooper reel. Get it, Tabitha. All right, we'll see you next week.
Kristen, always the blooper. Bye, thank you.
I just can't.